Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 32 of this week of Shrouded. It's just me and Mr. Wrecked today. Say hello.
Hello.
We are going to be discussing the Destiny 2 update this week in Destiny, talking about some other space stuff, and probably that's about it. Damn cough. It's never going away. I should probably quit smoking cigars.
Or doing house projects.
Yeah, that. But I haven't done anything with concrete in a while, and I'm still coughing. It's been crazy. Anyway, welcome to the episode. Thanks so much for swinging by and having a listen, whether it be on Twitch, YouTube, or your favorite podcasting website. So let's go ahead and get started. I know we talked a bit before the recording started about some of the stuff we were doing this week, but I'd be interested to hear from you if you've been doing anything else other than playing Iron Banner.
No, I'm almost done with my gilding for Iron Banner. I'm about halfway into my second reset. I'm just working on the wins because I've been playing like absolute dog water this week, and it's not been fun. So, also, I've cashed in every Iron Banner Ingram that I've gotten, trying to get a point of the stag with Golden Tricorn, and Saladin is just not having it. So, it's great fun. I'm feeling very rewarded for my time. So,
What a dick.
I know.
Is that
He's
what
just
we're
mad
going
because he's
for?
short. That's what I'm going for. I don't think any other weapon's worth the effort, honestly, but
I go for stuff that people tell me to go for because I have no idea to know what's good on anything. So,
point of the stag with Golden Tricorn and Archer's Tempo is what I'm looking for.
cool. All right, we talked about it a little bit in the pre-show, I guess. I've been playing some Starfield in addition to Destiny. I haven't done a lot of Iron Banner this week. I was gonna try to do my my guild this week. I might still. I don't know. I've got some stuff to do because we're raiding later, and then also on Sunday we're doing a stage with a Discord stage, but it's Ron. So no Iron Banner. We'll see if something comes up between now and then as well. So we'll give that a shot. As for Starfield, I'm not going to talk too much about it because I already talked about it a bunch already. It just wasn't on the recording. I'm having a rough time getting into that game. I was super excited for it. It's a bit disappointing to me, and it's just not what I wanted it to be. But again, only about 15 hours in. People are saying it's just supposed to start to pick up now, which is crazy to me. I don't want to play a game for 15 to 20 hours before it gets good. That's like saying it's like saying watch a TV show until its fourth season before it gets good. Like that's fucking nobody does it. Like maybe 3 or 4 episodes, and then you get invested. And I can take that. I'm willing to get through that. But like Jesus, the only reason.
You only have to play 12 hours of God of War Ragnarok before the gameplay gets good, and the game's only 75% done then. It just seems ridiculous. I agree.
Yeah.
It's dumb.
It's pretty absurd. The only reason I gave it any chance, give it any chance at this point is because, Fallout and Elder Scrolls are some of the best games ever made, even with all their problems. But so it's worth to try to get to that point, but I'm still at a point in that game that I don't see any glimpses of that developer at this point, which is sad. Makes me sad. Maybe it'll appear. And then there's a bunch of the internet that's telling everybody that the game is really awesome once you beat it. I think that's funny. But they won't tell anybody why because it spoils it. But I don't know what to do. Like, a lot of people are saying it's like you can beat the game and then you do New Game Plus, and that's when the true game unlocks. But when you do that, you lose everything but your skills and I think your weapons, maybe. So you
Mm-hmm.
lose your ships, you lose any outposts you built, you lose all progress on quests. So it's like, do I just want to fast push myself through the story to get the new game plus to unlock whatever this crazy game is, and then go over all the side quests and do all the outposts that I want to do then? Or do I just want to play the game the way I would normally play it, unlock everything, do everything I want to do, and then get to this new game plus and see if it's worth it for me to start all that stuff over again? I don't know. I don't get it. Like, I wish people would just tell me what it is that is so cool about it. My
Yeah.
guess, my guess, based on what everybody's saying on the internet, is that this. If you haven't played Starfield at all, there's a bit of the story from the beginning of the game is you're looking for this artifact that nobody knows what it does. My guess is you build this artifact. This is what I'm guessing, just based on the fact that nobody will tell me why New Game Plus is amazing. I'm suspecting that you get to a point where New Game Plus is like a multiverse situation, and things are different when you get to each one.
I'm gonna tell you what New Game Plus is.
Oh, okay. Well,
You locate the instruction manual for the
okay.
artifact, and it points you to like a hidden like panel on the side of it, and when you pull that panel off, it's just a giant bottle of copium that you then have to really take a big deep huff of, and then you feel better about everything, and the game's great from that point on.
Okay, I see. All right. Anyway, my guess is New Game Plus is like it's a multiverse type situation where things are different each time you play through the game, and that's why no one will tell me, or the internet won't tell because it's spoilers. If I'm right, I just spoiled you, and I apologize. But it's just a guess. I'm just guessing. Okay, so calm down before you have a stroke and die.
If
But
you're
if I,
getting mad over this review, please,
yeah, for the love of God,
please ignore what Greener just said about not doing certain things. Go ahead and maybe do them. Maybe.
if you're getting mad about this review because you think I'm some sort of Sony fanboy, you'd be absolutely right. I am a Sony fanboy. I love Sony games. There hasn't been a Sony exclusive that hasn't been put out that I can think of off the top of my head that I haven't really, really, really enjoyed. But it's because those games are just good. They're straight up good. Like, I can't think of a Sony exclusive that I played recently that was bad. Some people said there's a fantasy game that came out recently that wasn't that great. What's it called? Fuck. I didn't play it. If you couldn't tell, I can't think of the name. It was a Square Enix game.
Forsaken? Forspoken.
Forspoken. Yeah. They
Yeah.
said that wasn't that great. That's fine. Cool. I didn't play it, so I don't know. I haven't played the Ratchet and Clank game, but I play most Sony exclusives, and they're usually pretty good. And I try Xbox exclusives, and I have not been pleasantly surprised by any in recent memory. Like I said earlier, I very much enjoyed the Forza Horizon. I was trying to think of what came after that to indicate that it's the arcade one, but it's Horizon that indicates it. There's Forza Motorsport and Forza Horizon. That's it. Okay. Anyway, I played the Forza Horizon 5. I love that game. That was great. Probably one of the best Xbox exclusives that I've tried. But in recent memory, on top of that, there was Hi-Fi Rush, which was a pretty good game. Not like some crazy revolutionary thing. Halo Infinite, which I didn't find that great. But I haven't really liked a Halo game since Halo Reach. And Redfall was terrible. What else we got? I'm trying to think of some Xbox exclusives.
I mean, yeah. Do you need to go any further than Redfall? Really?
Well, I'm trying
That really set the bar for them.
Well, Redfall, Starfield, Hi-Fi. Halo. Those are like some of the most recent ones.
I don't even know if you can put Hi-Fi in there really, because it's not. Hi-Fi wasn't a AAA game, right?
It's funny. It's the
I know.
best. It's best out of almost all the ones. Maybe not for Forza Horizon, but it's best out of everything else that I
I
said.
I know it was put out by a big publisher, but it wasn't like a huge project. So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. It's weird.
Okay. So, Flight Simulator was pretty good. I'll give it that. The Ori games are pretty good. I had to look it up. Sunset Overdrive. I remember that. That was not bad. The Gears games have not been really good for a while, in my opinion. So Gears 5. But that was out a while ago now. That's a Xbox One, isn't it? Yeah. See if
I don't know.
find that good. Anyway, point is, they're not they haven't been that great. So yes, call me a Sony fanboy if you want. But at the end of the day, the exclusives haven't been there. They haven't been great, and Starfield didn't deliver on the promise that I was expecting of it to be Skyrim in space. And there's almost no exploration factor in that game whatsoever, which really bothers me. You land on a
I
random
mean,
planet wherever you want. You can do that in theory, but it's just clicking a space on a menu. You land, cutscene, and then there's like 4 or 5 points of interest that are just some building that you can go in, kill a bunch of people, get a bunch of loot, and then leave. Um, almost none of them, almost none of the random ones I've ever come across like have quest lines or stories or anything. You just go in there and kill everybody. Like, I remember when you, in Skyrim or Fallout, you'd go somewhere and it'd be like you'd discover something and you'd go in there and there'd be a person and, they'd have some sort of quest for you. It's a really cool side quest that you found. And then it would fucking lead you to a goddamn Elder Scroll or some shit. It would be this really super cool side quest amazingness that somehow ties to the main story. There's just like I haven't found any of that in Starfield. The only thing you find in there is you can go to the main city hubs, the ones that were built by Bethesda that aren't procedurally generated or whatever you want to call it. You get all your quests, and then you can go to all these places and do those quests. But there's none of that extra exploration factor where you randomly stumble onto a random quest somewhere in the cosmos for any particular reason. I heard there is one quest so you can pick up notes sometimes in these RNG dungeons that lead you on a little excursion, but like it's not the same. It's not the same. All right, we've talked about it enough though. I've complained too much about it. I wanted Starfield to be like the space game of everything.
and it's not. It's running around your quadrant simulator,
Yeah,
and then loading screen simulator. I understand.
that's all it is, and I'm sad about it.
All right, so Destiny updates.
Yeah, Destiny updates. Oh man, I need a drink of water. Hold on, you talk.
All right, Destiny update 7.2.0.3. Here we go. Activities: Trials of Osiris. Match wins and Trials of Osiris now have a high chance to drop non-adept Trials weapons. I am excited to see drop rates increase in Trials of Osiris. I think that will be very good for the playlist and will make playing Trials a lot more worthwhile for everybody involved. I just went straight into the playlist. The first one being Trials of Osiris matches now have a high chance of drop non-adept Trials loot after match. So,
It gives me a reason to want to go in there and play the game.
and with Igneous being the drop next weekend, probably means it's going to be a big weekend for population as far as Trials goes. So
That's probably good.
looking forward to it.
Yeah, that's great.
All right.
That gives people a lot of reason. Sorry, a lot of reason to get in there and play the game or play Trials when they're not necessarily like flawless skill
Yeah.
level, because they can actually get more than like their reputation gun or you need to get to 7 wins before it started dropping guns, right? Or...
You need. Well, there was always a chance to get a drop afterwards. You needed to get
there?
the 7 wins to start getting like the real rank rep rewards, so you could get more Ingram, so you could get more drops. Is basically what it was.
Okay. All right. So there was
If
always
you
a
went,
chance. They just upped it to a high chance.
if you went flawless, if you go flawless, you'll still have a chance to drop a adept loot as long as you keep playing on that card and you keep winning. Or every match win you get on a card that was flawless at some point. You know, what you actually went to the lighthouse on, you can still get adept loot from it, but those drop chances are not great. I know because I was doing that last time, 2 weeks ago. I played like 130 matches of trials, and I managed to get a carry with the fizzle. And after that, I played a lot of trials and did not, even matches I won, I didn't get a lot of drops, unfortunately.
That's too bad. Sad. All right. Anyway, so this will help. This will help get some drops in there. The non-adept weapon, which isn't that bad. You know, the non-adept versions of those weapons, that they only struggle, a little bit in comparison. Like there isn't much. Like I get we get the adept mods that we can throw on them, but it makes them better. But
I mean, a good chunk of the trials weapons have the absolute most juice stat packages for weapons in their archetype anyway. They're all good guns.
Yeah. That's the point. I thought of something when I was going to get my drink of water, and I just wanted to say it. I can absolutely say with 100% certainty that I will not lose this bet to fallacy. Regarding, well, no, there's no way. Starfield, for him to win that bet, Starfield has to win Game of the Year.
Not going to happen.
There's just no way in hell it beats Baldur's Gate or Tears of the Kingdom. Whether or not the voting committee that chooses those things, it's 80 random people from the industry, have a preference for Baldur's Gate over Tears, that's fine. It doesn't matter. The only way he could win is if Starfield won.
Right.
We can both still lose, and neither one of us has to do anything, but he can't win. So the point is, I'm never going to wear that hat, which is nice.
I mean, listen, a cabal of Xbox fanboys could form a conspiracy to go out there and determine who the voting people are, and I don't know, show up at their house and threaten them with, I don't know, dandruff and empty cans of Mountain Dew. I don't know, something. Anyway, what's next? Crucible.
Yes. Anyway, so that was a good point. Okay. The next bit here was the Ascendant rank emblem was not updated to the new one for the season. It is now.
Still broken.
Oh, is it?
So when you get the new Ascendant rank emblem, you get it on the character you want to Ascendant with. It is not showing up in collections, so you can't put it on your other characters.
Okay, so it's half broken. Got it.
Yep.
Cool. All right, so they still got some stuff to fix there. Seasonal content. They added the new armor ritual awards that they promised us that were supposed to be Eververse.
Drop rates are really weird though.
At the end of any Vanguard, Crucible, or Gambit ritual playlist activity, players have a chance to earn a piece of this new set. So, what do you mean by really weird? Just bad?
I played about 20 or 25 matches of Iron Banner yesterday after the change went through.
Okay.
And I got one piece that whole time. And Iron Banner counts as ritual playlist for drops.
I was gonna say, does that count as a ritual playlist activity?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. All right. So low drop rates right now. All right, cool. Maybe just for Iron Banner.
Maybe just bad RNG. I don't know.
Yeah. Or bad RNG. Yeah, that's possible, I suppose.
Soren told me that the man has reset his Gambit like 7 times this season already. That's all he's been playing. It's literally all he's been playing. He's been bullying people to play Gambit with him constantly. But he got, in like 4 matches, he got 3 pieces of the new armor. So I don't know what's up. Maybe this is how they make Gambit relevant again.
Maybe the standard playlists have a higher drop rate than Iron Banner.
Yeah, it could be.
Maybe there's a different modifier in there somewhere that they weren't really paying attention to when they dropped it. It's possible. What is with him this season in Gambit? Like,
I have no idea. I don't know. He's hot and cold on games, you know. So right now, Gambit's hot, so he's playing it all the fucking time.
all right. Fix an issue where the director level ritual challenges were not distributing exotic engrams. Okay. I'm glad they fixed that. That's nice.
It's nice if the core playlists are giving the rewards. Yeah.
Yep, that's pretty good. Fix an issue where some players could not easily enter the Hive portal in the season of the witch. That was funny. That happened to me. It's like you try to jump through it, it just like ignores you completely.
You gotta walk through the portal at the right angle, at the right speed. Otherwise, no joy.
I was just like, "What's going on here?" Anyway, it took me like 2 or 3 times to get into it. It only happened that one time, but I couldn't get in, and I'm like, "Ah, that's annoying shit." So I'm glad they fixed that out. That's good. The exotic rotator missions fixed an issue where deep sight exotic was not being awarded from the legendary difficulty versions of the exotic mission. Cool. That'd be annoying. It fixed an issue where players were not able to reach Archie due to lasers and non-functioning teleporter. Who the fuck
Have
is
you
Archie?
done any of the exotic missions as of since this season started?
Not since
I haven't
not
either.
since the rotator's been put in. No.
I haven't. I feel like most of the people that I know that I hang out with have been doing them specifically to get the older season weapons, not necessarily the exotics, right? They're trying to get the patterns for the seasons that they missed. And that's really the only reason I have any interest to go into them. So I've been like, not. I already have them all, so there's no point. I don't feel any need to go in there and get a craftable DMT or whatever. It doesn't really matter to me.
I was gonna say, imagine not having all the craftable weapons from all the seasons, but yeah, I mean, I don't need a craftable DMT either. Like, I have the role that I wanted. Like, I don't need it to be craftable. I don't really use Hawk Moon, but I have it. I probably have a good role in it. Yeah, I have an opening shot. I think it's probably a good role in that. Can't remember. I haven't used it in so long. My DMT shot, I use 4 times the charm for PvE. It's really nice.
And then Dead Messenger.
Oh, I haven't really used Dead Messenger since it launched. So. That's from Fox.
I haven't
right?
used it since they. Yeah, it's from Fox. I haven't used it since they nerfed it.
So yeah, no, I haven't gone in there, and yeah, I have all the red borders for all the seasons. It's one of the things I do. It's what I end up doing at the end of this. At the end of the year, every year is picking up the stuff that I left behind if I wasn't playing a lot during a particular season, because you can usually just buy red borders every week.
Well, that won't be the case this season. Keep that in mind.
Why? I'm not paying attention.
There's no card upgrade that allows you to just get a red border every week. There are a number of the minor cards that you can reveal that are one-time use to give you a red border the next time you focus. But I don't think there's going to be enough of them for you to do it every single week.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Can you get some of those minor cards over and over again?
No, it doesn't look like it. But the drop rates in the activities, the weapon drop rates are fairly high. It's not uncommon to get, double weapon drops, and red borders then are more frequent. So,
all right. Well, we'll see anyway, who's Archie?
I don't remember. It's in the Seraph Shield. Is that for the? That's not for the dog, is it? Because the dog's Archangel.
Due to lasers and non-functioning teleporter.
Yeah, it's that's the dog. It's the dog.
Okay, cool.
Archie and Archangel are the same. I've never heard Archie called Archie before. Only Archangel.
Okay, cool. All right, I don't care then. I've already done that.
Yep, he's sitting in the tower for me right now.
Yep. All right, the UI. The seasonal submenu in the quest tab is now using the appropriate season icon. Oh, I did notice that.
You think the new featured quest menu is stupid and just an extra step to get to the stuff you actually want to look at when you go in there?
It looks nice, but it's annoying. Yeah, absolutely. Stacks of transmat effects do not split into individual items in player inventories now. Instead, they convert to one for players who have not previously logged into the game after Season of the Witch launched.
Presumably, so you don't have to break down multiples.
Okay, sure. Cool. The apply all shader bucket now adopts the same shader item ordering as they used by the shader socket of our. I noticed that recently because I couldn't find something and I was like, it's the third one when you just go to it in through the armor piece, but if you go to the apply all, it's in a different location.
Different, yeah. Mm-hmm.
So annoying, but that's good that they fixed it. They also need a search function in there, just FYI. Bungie, search function in shaders, please, for the love of God. You also need it in when you're unlocking cosmetics with your thread. Just give me a search function. Like, how hard could that be to build? It can't be that hard, right?
You would think.
All right. Abilities. Adjust the description for Weave Walk to correctly call out the use of melee energy. Okay, I guess that wasn't working. Is Weave Walk still disabled?
I thought it had been re-enabled in some activities, but I tried to use it 2 days ago, and with melee charges and doing air dodge, it was not turning on. So, I don't know.
All right. Fix an issue that caused multiple banner of war effects to stack. RIP.
RIP. Six Titans.
I mean, it's still strong, but RIP anyway. Because that was broken. But we knew they were going to fix it. Revert. Okay, so armor and expressions. Reverted changes to the luminous void shaders application on armor pieces. Okay. Fix an issue where Malfeasance and Lamonarch to benefit from anti-champion artifact perks. Okay. Oh, it was the Lamonarch was happening to Lamonarch too. I didn't know.
Yeah, they were able to get any barrier on stuff or any champion for stuff that wasn't their interest in it.
Gotcha. All right. Anti-champion artifact perks should now all overcharge their respective weapon types and activities when their modifier is active. Cool. Note the overload machine gun artifact perk description will not reflect this functionality. This will be addressed in a future patch. Doesn't reflect it, but it still works.
Mm-hmm.
By the sound. Okay, cool. 25% extra damage on my machine gun. I'm so excited. Not really. Fix an issue causing the Festival Dance Exotic emote to not perform the correct animations or effects. Ooh, I wonder what it was doing. I didn't see that. Or hear about it. Or see it on Twitter.
The only thing I knew about the Festival Dance Exotic emote is that it would flash, it flashes subclass colors. And if you spam it, eventually it will flash a red color on the effect, which, it ties back to the rumors about red darkness subclass coming at some point. So I've actually seen it do it myself in the wild. Vix was messing around with it and got it to flash the red color instead of one of the subclass colors. So.
Is that the chair thing that I saw?
Yeah,
on Twitter? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. They were like, oh, look, it's blue, it's green, it's red, it's purple. Oh, not red, but it's solar orange, I guess.
Yeah, orange.
It's purple, and then all of a sudden, after like 47 times, a red one showed up. And I'm like, you guys
that could be a placeholder for all we know.
Could just be red.
Could have just been spammed out.
Could have just been red.
Been something broken for
That's
no
it.
reason.
Maybe they're like, let's add a red too. That'll be fun.
Well, I mean, listen, the community, especially the community that's been around for a while, would love for there to be more actual secrets in the game. So maybe this is just them trying to give us a little something to chase around. Because that one thing longtime Destiny players love, it's to chase down Destiny secrets.
It's true. Well, you know what? It's true. Some of the best things that come out of the community were those two like super events. The fourth vault during Black Armory, and the season of the Dawn, like whatever the fuck that Infinite Forest puzzle thing was.
Yeah.
Those I remember. This is some of the highest numbers that Destiny sees on Twitch during that stuff. Like some of the it's the community's feeling the best. Nobody's being an asshole for like 2 or 3 days. They're all just like, let's figure this out. It's so cool. I don't. Why don't they do that stuff? I don't understand.
I don't know, man.
It was
Because
they suck. And then they tried the live events. I remember. I mean, the Almighty crashing wasn't that great of an event, but like it was hype and it was cool. Like I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it talking to people while we're all sitting in there waiting for it to crash for 2.5 fucking hours. And then they did the Beyond Light thing, which was just a white light flash. It was bad. And then they're just like, yeah, we're not gonna do that anymore. Gone. All right. That was the Beyond Light launch. Anyway, they stopped doing those things that get like the community excited. They should do something like that in a season.
Yeah, imagine if at a certain point after like Lightfall dropped, if you were in the tower and not like in the active story mode, you actually got to witness the tower just shoot off into the atmosphere. You know, that would have been cool, but we don't get that stuff anymore. It's too much to ask for.
You mean Traveler?
Yeah, the Traveler. If we were in the tower, the Traveler, you know, just the Traveler live took off into outer space. You know, that would have been cool.
You imagine that was a live event? That would have been so fucking sick. Missed opportunity, Bungie.
Yep, indeed.
That would have been cool. Yeah, you're right. All right. Okay. So, next, weapons and accessories disabled weapon crafting progress from base difficulty campaign mission completions where people, was there a glitch where people could do it quickly?
I didn't see anything from Chiefs Forever, but I can only imagine this was happening because somebody's able to glitch the mission complete over and over and over again to craft weapons quickly.
Yeah, that makes sense. Adjusted kinetic tremors to take 14 bullets to trigger on a submachine gun.
This is so sad, dude. I spent the day before, so kinetic tremors was triggering on SMGs in 9 bullets. Okay. All right, which is very good. Very good in PvE, but also, and this is probably why it happened. It was crazy good in PvP because you get your 9 bullets, and the kinetic tremor would be instant death for the guy you were shooting. It would make sure that you were getting optimal TTK basically anytime you duel somebody with that gun. And I had just finished spending just a ton of Ingrams at the table on the Red War weapons. Finally got the showrunner I wanted. And then the very next day, bloop. Sorry, your gun's useless for what you wanted it for. Congrats.
Couldn't you just shoot 5 bullets before the engagement happens?
They have to hit. You have to have that number of hits in order for it to happen. And in 14 bullets, you've already killed the guy, basically. Yeah.
Okay. So basically, kinetic tremors is useless in PvP.
It's pretty useless in PvP. There are certain scenarios where you can get it to proc if somebody's got an overshield or whatever. But it's now edge case.
Got it. All right. That's funny. They're going to adjust other archetypes in future release. Cool.
No other archetypes need to get a number of hits that will in PvP that same thing will ever be a problem anyway. So.
All right. Cool. All right. Fixed an interaction between Tessellation and Storm Trance that allowed players to shoot special shots more often than intended. You mean infinitely and forever?
Mm.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Alright, I'm glad they fixed that. Fixed an issue where the anthology lore book pages were being unlocked early by listening to the same radio message on multiple characters. Ah, cool. I didn't know that was happening. Alright. That is the Bungie patch notes. Some cool stuff in there, some interesting information that you're going to want to know. But overall, pretty chill. Pretty chill patch.
Yep.
Pretty chill. Okay. Alright. I guess we get into This Week in Destiny and see what's going on in there.
Okay.
Lots of stuff. Guardians for Maui ends on September 10th. I was going to say 4 days left, but there's only 2 days left. So if you want... here, let me show this. Yeah, check that out. Those t-shirts you can buy. For $25 you get a t-shirt and this emblem. You can get them on the Bungie Foundation website. All profit goes to the Maui wildfires, like the support for that. And the emblem started to go out. I got the email for the ones that we gave away a couple days ago. So you should get them pretty quick after you purchase these now, because now they're out. I think. I guess I don't know for sure if it's immediate or it takes a day or two. Anyway, there's a link right here. You can go to purchase them. So go nuts. It's a really cool emblem, I think, personally. It's very colorful. I like it. All right. Next. There's some PvP strike team information here. I'm going to be honest. I looked at this on my phone earlier, and I don't remember anything I read that they talked about.
So the main thing here is that the PvP strike team went out to the official forums, Reddit, and to Twitter, asking for their input, and the results were predictable. The Destiny community did not disappoint on delivering the toxic nonsense that they always deliver, including a number of threats.
So
congratulations, community.
So this team went out to actually gather feedback of what people think is wrong with Crucible, and everyone just attacked them.
There were plenty of people that were providing feedback in good faith, but the shitheads of the Destiny community were also there doing what they do, which is being assholes, being bigots, and just overtly threatening people, like always. And anytime a content creator would have anything to say, just absolutely mega shitting on them if they could, because that's what we do. Now, I watched most of this. I read most of this happening. Watched it unfold on Twitter, which Twitter nowadays, since they have incentivized interactions, it pays to be the biggest shithead you can, because that gets the most impressions. But it was bad even for one of these kind of things that Bungie's asked for. So
that fucking sucks, man. Why do people suck so goddamn bad? Like,
I don't know. I mean, listen, there was a lot of good feedback, but like all situations like this, the bad that is mega bad always overshadows that stuff. That's what you remember, I
can't handle it. Like, they make us look like fucking fools, like all us gamers. Like, everybody puts us into the same bucket because of these assholes. Like, gamers are toxic, fucking trash human beings, and this just proves their point.
On this topic, did you see that settlement that Bungie came to with that one troll?
I saw a tweet about it today. Was it different than
$500,000 was the settlement. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
and 1,000 feet restraining order.
Mm-hmm. And Bungie didn't even stop. I mean, even though he was 17 at the time it happened, they didn't stop. Like,
Good.
they just went for it, man.
I'm all for that. I like to see consequences of people doing stupid shit on the internet. Like, you deserve it if you're being a fucking moron. Like,
No one's saying you can't troll, but even on trolling, there's got to be some like gentleman agreement on where you stop, where the line is, right? And it's definitely before you threatening
threaten their
violence
lives
against
and
somebody.
their family. Yeah, exactly. Fucking people. All right. Next up, we talked about this armor earlier, but here's a photo of it. So this is the armor that we were supposed to get in Eververse, that they released into the ritual playlist sets. So it looks okay. I've got to say though, when I saw them, when they released this armor on Twitter or whatever it was, I was like, in my brain, I was like, no wonder they decided to give it away for free. Because nobody's gonna buy this shit. The only thing on here that I think is any as cool at all is the Warlock helmet and the left arm on the Titan.
I think all the helmets are cool personally.
Okay.
The Warlock helmet or the Hunter helmet is, if you go and look at it in collections, it's a lot more interesting than what you can see at this angle. Oh.
Okay. All right.
But people are griping about this stuff too, because the bones don't shade. Like all the other armor shades, but the bones don't. And personally, I think that's good. Some of the armor we have that has bone on it, it irritates me that I can't have it look like bone, but change the armor to the color that I want, because the shaders don't work that way. So I'm perfectly happy with this bone stuff staying bone colored while you transmog everything else.
Okay, that's cool. Yeah, anyway, that's neat. It's good that we're getting this. You can get this free in the ritual playlist set, even if the RNG is bad. So that's neat. Anyway, there it is. Go get it. Go play some games and earn yourself some cool free Eververse armor. Woo! All right. So, guess there's not a lot in here. Bungie wants tessellation clips for the Destiny 2 movie of the week, which is weird, I guess. Sure.
Give us some free marketing materials, please. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. And then they talk about the Crota's End Day 1 raid race and the winners. They do an interview with Clan Elysium, which won, if you didn't know. They were first to finish by, from what I understand, 1 minute and like 4 seconds.
There was a guy on the forums, on the official forums, before the raid race was over, that was complaining about streamers, and the last thing he said is if Salt Grepo wins another belt, he would stick his dick in a toaster oven. And the moment Salt won, I went right out to that post and I asked him what kind of toaster oven he has.
Do we know if he's done it yet?
He said he meant the next one, of course, because you know.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Hold on one sec.
Yeah. Hey, that's a mark, so maybe Agreener can edit this out. Otherwise, this is just dead air that Rect is filling in the middle of this podcast. So you can all listen to my sexy, smooth voice. Smooth Rect. All right, there we go.
Sorry, I heard some weird noises, but it's just my son punching. I'm punching back. I didn't know what it was because he never uses it, so it's a strange noise. It was a strange noise to me.
All right. So, how did your day 1 attempt go?
Oh, my day 1, we didn't get past bridge. About 12 hours, I think, total, maybe, that we played.
Did y'all just do the first day, or did you play on the second day too?
We never went back in to try again.
Okay.
We lost 2 people, probably, I don't know, 2 or 3 hours before we gave up completely. So that team had already kind of like fallen apart. And then kind of when we decided to drop it for the night, we kind of talked about maybe getting back together, but I was like, nah. The next day I was like, nah, I'm not. I like day ones and I like being able to complete them, but when you get stuck on one encounter for such a long time, you're kind of burnt out.
My team also got stuck at Bridge for a while. We ultimately did, I think we did 25 hours between the 2 days in the raid. We got to the point where we could get Crota down to about 5% of his health, but we weren't ever able to finish him. It was very frustrating, like at the end. But we were all just too tired. People were making too many mistakes, and we all just decided, all right, we're just going to call it. But then luckily the next day there was the necrochasm bug. So we all went and got our stuff anyway. So, good times.
Well, luckily, but I guess you don't get the bonus emblem unless you beat challenge mode during contests, right?
You have to do the challenges. You have to do the second run in order to get the emblem on the reprise raid.
Yeah. So you guys weren't going to do that anyway. So
no, I just wanted to beat the first time. I wasn't really caring about the challenges, to be honest with you.
I wanted the emblem. That's why I do that stuff. Necrochasm was a nice bonus, and yes, I was able to complete the raid after contest mode before they turned off the necrochasm bug. So I also got myself a free necrochasm, which was nice. And it's funny. I was looking through. We have a channel in the Discord that indicates whenever anybody picks up an exotic, and it lets us know who it was. And like, there's a lot of people got the necrochasm in that hour that it was live.
I mean, as soon as I found out about it, I let the whole community know, hey, go do this now.
Yeah. And there's just a whole list of people. And it's funny, me and Hans are at the very bottom of the list. We were the last 2 to get it during the bug thing. So they must have fixed it like immediately after we completed the raid. Yeah. I was like, oh man, that's crazy. I feel bad for anybody that went in there like an hour later and didn't get it. But also, I don't care. It's only a quest this year. It's not even RNG.
Well, sort of.
Well, I guess the number for the essence is RNG. But
there's 1 guaranteed oversoul per week. And then the drop rates to get the additionals, if you're not doing the triumphs, seems pretty low.
Do the triumphs then.
So if you do the triumphs and you get the guaranteed every week, I think it's like, I was reading that it's like 10 weeks to do the whole thing, 10 runs, 10 weeks to make it happen, something like that. Which I'm like, and people are saying that's unreasonable for your casual Destiny players, and my response is, motherfucker, did you not play during D1? Do you not remember some of those quests we had to do in D1 that took weeks and weeks and weeks to complete and had lots of little fiddly run around and figure stuff out? BS. Relax. You'll get there eventually. Just raid.
Maybe casual Destiny players shouldn't have necrochasm then.
I guess.
There's got to be a certain, like, there's points that I don't understand. Okay, hold on. I've got to talk about this because I was thinking about it the other day. Because they were talking about this whole funnel shape nonsense with the witness in the raid, and people are like, raid. Can't finish the story in a raid, blah, 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 blah. All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Why the fuck not? Every MMO in goddamn history has been finishing the storylines in raids. Why does Destiny have to be so damn different? Because it's a fucking shooter? Like, I don't understand. You guys ever play World of Warcraft? You play Wrath of the Lich King? Guess where you have to kill the Lich King? in a 25-man raid in Icecrown Citadel. It's not. It's normal. Deathwing and Cataclysm, fucking Illidan and Burning Crusade.
Even in Dragonflight, you have to do the raid in order to finish the story. Yeah,
that's normal. That's normal. I guess Final Fantasy: A Realm Reborn does main story quests, and then the raids are kind of separate. So I guess that makes sense. So I guess not all of them do it, but I mean it not
would be
uncommon,
very disappointing if the witness went down in something other than a raid.
Well, they keep saying we're going to be doing this raid, and then once that raid happens, we're going to be doing this this extra quest. So, and they make it sound like you do the raid, you beat the witness, but now once we do that, or whoever does it first, is going to be unlocking a quest or a new mission, where I guess maybe we finish off the witness or something like. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll get a feeling of the people that do the raid. We'll get a feeling of defeating the witness, but then, like, that'll be ruined by whatever this mission is that's afterwards. I don't fucking know. I'm not sure exactly what they're gonna do.
I thought it was fine how they did it in the Taken King. At the end of the Taken King story, you beat Oryx. He gets a little smile on his face and he disappears. He crumbles away, right? Because he went to his throne world. And then, if you want to actually kill him, you had to go to his throne world and kill him there.
Yeah.
Which was a much more satisfying ending to him. But you still got an ending in the story, right? So maybe that's why there wasn't so much upheaval about it at the time. I don't know. People just want shit handed to them these days, man. That's all.
Anyway, yeah, my point is, it's fine ending the story in the raid.
Yeah,
if people really don't want to play the raid, then go watch a video on YouTube. Like, it's not my problem.
People really need to get out of their heads about raiding and thinking that raiding is only something for, like, high skill players. The raids are not for high skill players. I understand that only a small percentage of Destiny players actually complete raids by comparison to everything else in the game, but I feel like that has more to do with people being antisocial than not having the ability. Like, you're playing an MMO, there's going to be some activities that you're going to have to play with other people. Just do it. It's easy.
Just do it. I agree. It's super easy. Like, it's not hard. It's great. There's lots of people out there that are willing to teach you how to do these things. Once you learn it the first time, you're pretty much good to go. Like, it's not...
Not everybody out there is going to be a toxic douchebag to you.
There's a lot of them, but yeah, you just got to find... Come to Shrouded. Actually, there's toxic douchebags probably in Shrouded too, but we've got a nice lineup of people that aren't, and they're willing to help and teach and show you what true endgame Destiny is all about. So stop being an antisocial pariah and ruining our storylines that we can't finish in raids because you hate human beings.
If I went out to our raid LFG right now, I could put in an LFG request for SGC people, have it full of people, a whole group of people that I've never actually played with, and we would most likely be fine. The raid would be done in maybe, it might take more than an hour, but we would get it done. I have no doubt. I don't know. I don't know what people get all up in their heads about. Stop using the regular fucking Bungie LFG. You're gonna get a bunch of asshats. Although there was a certain somebody that was in the raid LFG last night that I was like, this guy should probably go back to Bungie LFG. But anyway.
Well, now I'm curious who that was.
Remember Grazer? Yeah, he was saying he only wanted to raid with people with the emblem.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Hoppy shut him down, but yeah. And then he's all ward. Don't raid with the ward people. They're a bunch of elitists. I'm like, homie, you're calling ward a bunch of elitists? You've been in their chat. What do you mean? Yeah.
Sweet fucking shit, man. He's messaged me recently about how he gets picked on, and then he says shit like that. No fucking wonder, man. Like, that's so ignorant. You're only gonna raid with people with the day one contest mode. Or wait, is it that one or just the?
He just wanted the all activities completed emblem, I'm sure.
Oh, okay. Well,
All encounters emblem, the basic raid one.
that's less bad, but there's nothing wrong with saying, I want someone that's done the raid before. I don't want to teach. Like, that's cool.
Yeah, well, he said must have emblem. I don't want to teach. Also, I see you're raiding with Ward. Good luck with that. They're all elitists.
Okay, well, that ruins the.
Listen, if anybody from Ward is listening to this right now, I'm not laughing at you. I'm just laughing at the absurdity of the situation. I love you guys in Ward. You're great. Anyway, I just got Greener. He's off reading the chat now.
I am reading the chat
from
right
last
now.
night.
Here it is. I finished it. You guys still here? No word. I got you. Don't play with toxic. What the fuck? Why? Just don't. He's elitist Ward type. I'll train you.
Yes, because he was removed from Ward for being a dick.
I'm in 7. Also not the one who made the call. I'm not the fire team leader. Jesus.
Listen, I haven't called anybody out in this episode, so let me take this moment to talk right to Grazer. Listen, homie, I'm sure you're a perfectly nice human being, but Ward is not a bunch of toxic elitist douchebags. There's a reason you've been kicked out of multiple SGC clans, and it's not because of you not being active. It's because of the words that come out of your mouth and the way you comport yourself. Stop being an asshole, and maybe you'll have a better time. Thank you.
Yeah, man, I don't even feel bad at this point. Like, I kind of felt a little bad for him last time he had messaged me and we were talking about it, and he had just come back to the community, and he's just not long ago, and he messaged me about, people kicking him out of fire teams and whatnot, and I was just like, I mean, if it keeps happening, like, you kind of gotta face the music that.
You need to internalize, have a little self-awareness.
Well, I just said it's not them, it's you, and then he talked about having Tourette's and whatnot, and then I was like, you know what push to talk means, right?
But Greener, you don't understand. My ticks are pushing my push to talk button and just saying the most absurd shit. All right.
Yeah. Anyway, so and then the first fire team he got in that day, he was kicked out of almost immediately. And then he came back to me and he was talking about it. And I was like, look, dude, if the first fire team you got in, less than 1 hour after you came back to the community, kicked you out, like, do the math here. It's not them. Okay. And he's like, but I have a disability. And I'm just like, that doesn't mean everybody else has to work around you. It's just not the way that works. You have to put in. Anyway, I don't know. And then I see this, like, he's just being a dick to toxic bombs for some reason. Like, like, what did he do? Like, E4 for credit, my teaching. I mean, got DPS with, I'll join. Good luck on DPS, lol. I don't get some of this stuff. And then he starts calling toxic. It's ironic. Why don't you just take the night off and chill out, Grazer? Let's just kick him, man. Good lord. I wonder if he's in chat. Hey, you here, man? No, he's
not. He's trying to figure out who's above you in the hierarchy right now so he can send them a DM.
Nobody. We do the best do the best we can to give even assholes like a second chance and or a voice in Shrouded. Give them the benefit of the doubt. But if you go to the point where And if you guys have ever seen our band council, I am usually the last person to say yes out of everybody. Almost every time.
Yeah. Unless somebody has come right out and just started dropping some bigoted language. Agreener is usually the let's not maybe people voice of reason guy.
And it's a voting system, so sometimes I get outvoted, and I don't like. I'm not just like, but I'm the leader or do what I say. You know, that's not the type of thing. My point here in saying is if you've gotten me to the point where I say, let's just get rid of them, like, you suck. Like, you suck real hard. Because it's hard to get me to that point. It's real hard to get me there. Just want to point that out. All right. Nobody sent him this clip. I'd feel bad if he actually heard it. Because it would probably hurt his feelings, but that's just my opinion.
All right, so
where were we?
Salt Greppo. Your boy, Salt Greppo.
Yeah, Salt. Good old Salt. You know what I did, though, the other day?
What'd you do?
I went on Twitter, and I saw him being very excited about winning his 4th belt. And I commented on his post, and I said, "Congratulations, Salt." And that was it. He may annoy the shit out of me sometimes. He may try to get things nerfed that piss me off. But at the end of the day, he's an incredible player. And, I mean, it's proof. 4th time he's done it. Like, that crew's a good crew. I assume it's the same. I don't follow them close enough to know if all 6 people are the same 6 people. That's one every time, but
yeah, I don't know.
Anyway, I took the high road. Like, I'm not just a complete asshole. Like, I'll troll him from time to time on his posts, but like, he won. He was excited. I'm not gonna be like. There's so many people in his replies that are just like, "You garbage fucking human being." Blah 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 blah. What is wrong with you? You insert racist nonsense. Blah 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 blah. It's just like, no.
It's like a COD lobby, man. It's like Call of Duty lobby in his head. They're constantly questioning his sexuality and having sex with his mom.
Oh,
I mean, that's it. That's how it goes.
What's wrong with having sex with your mom?
I mean, that's just how Call of Duty's lobby go. They call you a racial slur. They question your sexuality. They tell you how they had sex with your mom. That's how it goes.
Oh, they had sex with my mom. I thought they were accusing me of having sex with my mom.
I know.
Okay.
No,
I was gonna say
wait a minute.
What? They tell me I'm gay, and then they tell me I had sex with my mom. So I was like, which one is it, man? Pick or choose. Anyway, I just think it's funny. That reminded me today. I was in a little bit of a console war debate on Twitter. And I forget exactly what it was, but somebody came and... what did they say? They defended me. But the motherfucker's name was Kill All Trans. And I just didn't know what to say. I was like,
please don't defend me.
Well, I kind of just want to say in a reply in his comment, I'd be like, please don't like take any stance with me or some shit like that. Like, I don't want him. I don't need your defense. Like, I don't want anything to do with you. Yeah, here it is. I forget exactly what it was. Oh, I made a tweet about Megan Fox being the voice actor for Nitara. Somebody was saying, oh, they said 2,000 views and only 7 likes, and they put like a little skull, and I just put they can't all be bangers. And then she said some dog shit, and the Kill All Trans people just like go get a job or something to them, and I was like, oh my god. At first, I saw that in my notifications, and I was like, thanks, brah. And then I read the username, and I'm like, oh no.
No thanks, brah.
No. Oh no. Anyway, yeah. It was a disaster.
All kinds of people on Twitter. Mm-hmm. You'd think they wouldn't let people have names like that, but whatever.
I don't know how. Like, I understand Elon's like a huge component of free speech, but there's just some things that cross the line, right?
Yeah.
There should be. And their whole component is who decides that. Like, I don't know, common human decency should decide it, right? Right?
You would think. Yeah. Listen, I think he's trying to melt down Twitter anyway. I think he got pushed into this, and he's just having a tantrum, and is just slowly killing the company. So it's just progressing.
I'm definitely having a hard time on Twitter recently with the whole console war debate. Like, my whole timeline's full of it, and it's part of my own response for engaging in some of the people. Just being like, every time they're just like, it kind of pisses me off. I do kind of like rotate towards like Sony fanboyism a little bit, because like a lot of our games get reviewed bombed by Xbox players or whatnot. It happens. Like, it happens almost every single time.
Sure.
And then they're all out here talking about Starfield, and they're like, "Oh, the stupid Sony fanboys, review bombing Starfield, blah 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 blah. You'd never catch an Xbox fan doing it." It's like, what the fuck, bro?
Half the people that are review bombing Starfield aren't more than half the people review bombing Starfield. It doesn't even have anything to do with the console. It has to do with the stupid pronouns and the character creation screen, because they're morons.
Oh my god, that too. Jesus Christ. Why is it? I just don't get it. I can understand why they don't want to call other people by their pronouns. Like, I can get, it's their choice. Whatever, it's fine.
Sure.
Concept, you can find it annoying. I find it sometimes annoying when there's no way I would know, and then somebody corrects me, and it's just like, well, not that they correct me if they're mad about it. I'm like, how the fuck would I have known that? Okay, you correct me now, and then I'll fix it. If I do it again, then you can be mad. But the first time, like, you don't. Anyway, so, yeah, I can get that sometimes, but why is it? It's like, it's a choice there. If you pick a man character in Starfield, it defaults to he, him. Just leave it. That's what you are.
Yeah, you don't even have to engage with it at all if you don't want to.
Engage with it. It's not. If you pick a female character, it's default to she, her. And then you have the ability to change it to either they, them, or the opposite gender, depending on how you identify. Just, you don't even have to engage with it, because by default, it is the choice that you made for your gender. Just don't talk. That guy that went on a fucking rant about that was absurd. That was so absurd, and he got so much traction with it that it's definitely benefited him, and that's what pisses me off about it too.
I gotta wonder about some of that stuff now. Was that actually his opinion, or was that just an attempt to generate impressions, man? Because it was so absurd.
Why are people that desperate to be able to make a living playing video games that they have to pretend to be a hateful bigot to generate? I mean, like, it's not like.
In my experience in the online space, there are a lot of people that have narcissism problems, and that lends themselves to taking extreme measures to get some kind of clout, to get some kind of standing, to get some kind of notoriety. It's dumb.
I can't help. I can't handle it anymore. I can't. I just had a rough week with all the console wars and shit, and then that nonsense. I'm gonna really trigger you. My Starfield character is a female. She's got a huge wang, and she's a they, them. How do you feel about that, internet? How do you feel about that? Sorry.
New content coming to Green's OnlyFans.
But in reality, right? Yeah, I'm all right. Anyway, yeah, we went off on a tangent there again.
Yeah, so how about known issues?
Yeah. I guess we're not going to go over all the Elysium interview. It's there if you want to go read it. Yeah, that's how we got on off this tangent, because I went on Twitter to say congratulations to Salt.
You were nice on the internet, and that got us on to hate on the internet.
Yeah, isn't that funny? It's weird. So I congratulated him on there, and that was it. He's replied to many of my tweets about hating his tweets. And he never said anything to the congratulations. He didn't be like, oh, being nice. And so that's good. That's nice. We both, I'm sure he just didn't give a fuck who I was. He probably doesn't even remember. But I'm happy for him. I'm glad that they were able to get the win in, you know. I don't know any of them other than him, though. Kairos, Moople, Cruz, Vilfate. Yeah, Quaz. Alright, that's the team. I don't know who any of those guys are. He's the only one I know out of all that. They're probably all pretty popular streamers, I would imagine.
I don't know. I don't watch any of them, so I couldn't tell you.
I turned Greppo on the other day. He was doing a 3-man.
He's not exciting to watch. Sorry, Salt, if you happen to catch this, but he's not a showman. His game skills are good, but he himself is not an entertainer.
I literally only stayed for like 14 seconds and then left. Because I don't watch anything on Twitch. I lie. I say I don't watch anything on Twitch, but I watch Tarkov streamers. Because I find Tarkov gameplay fascinating.
I mostly watch GTA RP.
I don't. Okay. Oh shit, yeah, this was a big deal. Tons of people apparently completed contest mode but didn't get the emblem.
Correct.
They are going to resolve the issue eventually. They're working on it. They're aware of it. They're going to work on it. I initially replied to somebody on Twitter. I was being a little toxic. I know, it's hard to believe, right? But I saw one tweet about it, and it was this guy's like, look, we completed it on contest mode. They showed the in-game check not include orcs, but then they showed raid report show that it was done. And I was like, I just don't believe raid report over Destiny. I refuse to. So anyway, I responded. I was like, just do it again. And then I went on my timeline, and it was just like, there was like 40 people that were all complaining about it. I was like, ugh. So I went and deleted my tweet. I'm not going to defend Bungie when they legitimately fuck up.
Yeah, fair.
Even though some people call me a meat rider. And that's what meat riders do. But anyway. Alright, so what is this? Ritual Violence Seasonal Challenge. Description's wrong. No one cares, man. Known issues. Alright, let's check out the known issues and then we'll finish off. Yeah, figures. Timon. Yeah, useless. No pictures at the end today, guys. This is nice. What's going on here? Isn't this a COS guy, right?
It's just Crota and Garon.
Okay.
Chilling out.
Well, that's Gatekeeper, not Crota.
Or Gatekeeper and Garon, yeah. Chilling out.
What is going on?
Because people were knocking them off of cliffs.
Oh, yeah, they're really easy, yeah, to kill that way. That happened during our day one, and we couldn't figure out what happened to them. We thought we fucked up. Because when they get knocked off a cliff, you can deposit your sword, but you don't get the waypoints.
Oh, okay.
Like on the little things.
Yeah.
So I was like, guys, he's gone. I don't know what there is. I can't deposit. Then I ran by one and I could deposit, and I was like, oh, I can deposit. I'm gonna put it down, but I don't know where he went. He fell off. My guess is he fell off the edge, because then I saw people knock him off the edge, which is what we did for the 6. That pop out later. We just pushed them all off the cliff because we didn't have swords. Anyway. Alright, known issues. We'll continue investigating various known issues. Here's a list. Fuck's sakes. We're investigating reports to some... Okay, that's the same one. Not receiving the Crotosan contest emblem, blah, blah, blah. Alright. within the expected time frame and complete conditions. All right. I've got a question. You know the little hallway after the bridge that if you do fast enough, the door is open?
Yeah. Yep.
What, do you know what the... Is that all it is? You do it fast enough and then you...
No. Mm-mm.
Okay, what is it?
So you have to do it fast enough, and somebody's got to get in that room before the door. The door is open when you start the encounter.
Okay,
When you start the little mini encounter, it then starts closing. You have to get through it as quickly as possible, and somebody has to get through the door. But before the door is closed, you also have to preserve the chalice in the pedestal in front of the portal down. If
Okay.
you do that, the chest will appear, the door will reopen.
So I saw a streamer not get in the room. They just preserved the chalice in time, and the door opened, and the chest spawned.
I didn't know that was possible. I'm making assumptions here based on how we've done it, but when we just put the chalice in, and the door's been closed already, it hasn't opened back up for us.
He put it in before the door fully closed, but nobody was in there. Nobody got in
Oh,
there.
maybe.
And the
That
door,
must be all you have to do then.
the door was like that far open. Like the streamer was pretending to stick her arm in it, like, "Oh, let me in," you know, that type of thing. But she wasn't actually in there. And yeah, it opened right back up, and the chest spawned. So.
All right, maybe it's just banking it then.
Well,
That would make more sense.
What you told me is what I heard, but then I saw that, and I'm like, well, then you don't have to be in the room. You just have to get the light into the thing in the right amount of time. So when's the timer start? That's now. Does it start the second you finish Gatekeeper or Bridge? Or the second that you walk through the arch or something? So I wonder. All right, cool. Because also when we did it, Hans made it, or Love Train made it into the room, and the chest didn't spawn. So I think it really just has to do with the timer and dropping and putting it in at the right time, or before the timer runs out. It's probably that simple. Neat more. Okay, more stuff here. The season of the Deep Sonar Station vendor no longer offers bounties, preventing completion of weekly aquatic operation challenge. Haha. Fix that. Players in loadout locked activities can get kicked to orbit when attempting to swap out mods or cosmetics on their items. You're not supposed to be able to swap out mods.
Yeah.
In locked stuff.
Sure.
Cosmetics, you should be able to, but I don't know if you can. That's weird. Huh. All right, due to an issue, the Eidolon Alley auto rifle can no longer be pulled from collections. Okay, cool. What's the issue? Do you know?
I don't know what the issue is.
Okay. Some weapons from Courtesan do not always have firing audio. Oh, is that funny? That's true. That's funny. I've only used the hand cannon and necrochasm. So. Some players haven't been able to progress through the new light tower hangar and unlock the full tower. It keeps getting better for new light players, man. Shit. This game is already a disaster for new players. Like, that would suck. At least with those new quests, it gives a little bit of information. But, yeah, it's not a great experience. Anyway, the round and round we go. Seasonal challenges not currently. Counting orbs, generating gambit. Too bad, Soren. Some players are unable to finish the Last Will and Testament mission. Okay. I don't know what that mission is. You know? Last Will and Testament.
Yeah, I don't.
Alright. Attempting to activate elemental runes with shotguns or fusion rifles can sometimes destroy the rune. Temporary blocking progress. Attempting to activate elemental runes with shotguns or fusion rifles. What are elemental runes?
Those are in the activities this season.
Oh, those things. Okay. Alright.
Yeah.
Alright. The monochromatic maestro artifact perk does not activate with strand.
Yeah, knew that was a thing.
Alright, they're still working on it. The dungeon completion tracker on emblem does not function. Cool. The description for the legendary version of Savathun's Spire actively incorrectly displays the matchmaking is available. Hey, that happened to another one a while back. I forget what it was. It was a legendary activity, though. All right. So those are known issues. Look at this is funny. All right. Well, that's all the information from the blog post on Destiny this week. There is no additional information out there. That's this week of Shrouded. That or not this week of Shrouded. That's this week in Destiny, and that's the patch notes. And well, we've pretty much talked about everything we've got for our experiences, and yeah, bitched about Twitter and Starfield. Anything else on the checklist?
No, I think we got it all for Destiny content. Anybody in the SGC, make sure you check announcements. There's a new infographic showing the roles and some changes to the server roles that you can earn from the Warmind game. We added the Crota's End roles. We took out some Iron Banner roles, and we updated the Vanguard playlist roles. So go check that out.
It's true. It's beautiful. It's so perfect. Good job. I might just take that and delete that blog post that I have and just paste this photo over top of it. The one that I just spent all that time updating. That works out. That's really nice. Yeah, it's a nice little infographic that tells you all the rules that are available, including the seasonal roles for playing with members of the community. And manually assigned roles, if you don't know how those work, basically there's, it says on there, I think. Did you put that on there? Yeah, Warmind, apply for manual roles and Warmind requesting access. Booyah, baby. You know what's up. Good job. All right, I guess I'll plug a couple things. Player of the Month streams tomorrow or today, depending on when you're watching this, or last week, depending on when you're watching this. Yeah, that's really it. Come check out the community stream, twitch.tv/Shrouded Gaming. It's on Tuesday. Same place for the Player of the Month stream. That's tomorrow on Saturday, September 9th. And if you've somehow stumbled on this podcast and you play Destiny and you're looking for a clan or just a community in general or just an LFG, it's up to you. Check out our Discord, shroudedgaming.com/Discord or discord.gg/shroudedpc or whatever. That's how you get there. Oh, right. Man, I'm tired. You tired? We gotta go raid, don't we?
I'm ready to go raid.
I guess it's like 4 hours earlier for you. It's like 5 o'clock in the fucking afternoon.
Yeah, it's 5:30. 5:40,
oh my God.
something
you
like
do
that.
this. You do this podcast so early in the day.
It's because I get up early for work and get done with work early.
Okay. Right on. I'm gonna have to find somebody that's more consistent with being able to do this on Friday. So we always have at least 3 people. So I'm gonna start beating ass here soon. You can have more conversation with 3 people.
Agreed.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. It helps. Anyway, that's all I got for the stream. Anything else? You good?
Nope, I'm good to go.
Right on, everybody. Thank you so much for watching episode 32 of This Week of Shrouded. I'm your host, Agreener. And I want to say thanks to our guest/co-host today, Mr. Rec. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. If he ever streams on Twitch, Mr._Rec, go follow him. I don't know how often he streams though.
Follow me. I'll stream someday.
You'll stream someday? All right. You see it, you can see it right under his name over here. Mr._Rec. Go check him out. Thank you so much for watching. Appreciate it. Have a great weekend. Have a great week. And I'll see you another time. Goodbye.